Hello everyone and welcome to my channel and welcome to Las Vegas, where I am at the Cosmopolitan Resort and Casino on this is the third floor of the casino. There's actually all these restaurants here. There's a Blue Ribbon, Zuma, I believe that is Zuma right there. And then there's Beauty and Essex over there. But tonight I am having dinner. Oh, and Scarpetta is also over there. And I'm having dinner here on Jaleo by José Andrés. So this is Jaleo by José Andrés. So this is where I entered from the front there. And then all the way around here. The host actually recommended I go to the tapas bar and see how they make the tapas. But I'm gonna do that later. But it looks like there's like a food prep station over here, and then the bar over there in the back, and then the tapas section. So very cool area. So this is the full dinner menu. Focus here. Oh, they have embutidos, which I love. Also, there's appetizers. There's cheeses, embutidos, and soups. And then the tapas. Fish, seafood, and the meats, and then there's and then cocktail menu with their different types of sangria. Oh, there's sangria de cava. Oh my gosh. Wines, white wine, red wine, more wines. So it's a pretty extensive wine menu actually. And then of course they have the dessert wines. So, José Andrés de la Puerta was born in July 13, 1969 in Asturias, Spain. In 1990, at the age of 21, he relocated to the United States to begin, New York City actually, to begin his career as a chef. And his skills and his passion for food was quickly recognized. But by 1993, he was asked to be the head lead of the kitchen called Jaleo, which is in the Jaleo in Washington, D.C. Now there are Andrés restaurants in Miami, in Los Angeles, here in Vegas, in San Jose, Puerto Rico, Washington, D.C., as well as Chicago. So these are, the numbers are actually just growing. I was just talking to the server and she was telling me like there's another restaurant that's going to be opening up here in Vegas at Caesars. But right now here in Vegas alone, there's 3 José Andrés restaurants this one, Jaleo. There's China Poblano, which is a fusion of Chinese and Mexican cuisine. And then there's by José Andrés, which is a tasting restaurant with a tasting menu. It's quite exquisite, very difficult to get into, and very expensive. But it is a signature of José Andrés. So throughout the 90s and early 2000s, José Andrés becomes very, very busy. He actually taught classes at Harvard on culinary physics, and he served as the Dean of Spanish Studies at the International Culinary Center. And he also taught a course on how civilization, how cuisine affects civilizations. So it's been very busy. And then in 2010, after the earthquake in Haiti, he founded World Central Kitchen, which is an organization that is now global and providing meals to people that are in countries that have been ravaged by both natural disasters and war. So he's doing amazing work right now in Ukraine. He's doing work in Turkey and Syria right after the earthquakes. It's an organization that I heavily support, and something I will put the link to the organization in my channel. So this is the tapas bar, the tapas, the kitchen where they prepare the tapas. It looks amazing, and the paella. Look at the paella right there in the middle there. It looks absolutely amazing. And then of course there's the bar in the back. It's a very artistic, a mixture of like classical art, and then there's with the modern designs. Very cool. It's a very cool space. Back here actually is a private dining room that seats 8 people, and very cool. It's got a theme of library, but it's actually just like wallpaper with art in it. It's still very cool. And then the back here, the back is a collection of wine. You can see through the red glass. And the lights actually like bookbinders, lit up bookbinders. Very cool. So he's got the red sangria here. So refreshing. The hint of the berries is actually really present in that sangria. Very cool, very great, excellent tasting actually. So, getting back on José Andrés, José Andrés has been awarded several accolades, including he's received James Beard Awards, received Michelin Awards, and in 2016 he was awarded the National Humanitarian Medal during a White House ceremony. He's also received doctorate degrees from Georgetown, George Washington University, Harvard, and Tapas. So yes, he is quite well known and quite the awarded chef, not only for his work, not only for his restaurants, his cuisine, but also for his humanitarian work. So now I'm having croquetas. I think this is just chicken. Oh my god. It's so creamy inside. It's almost like a cream of chicken inside the croqueta. It's really delicious. I've actually had, the first time I ever had croquetas was Cafe Iberico in Chicago. and there's actually a dipping sauce with the croquettes. But this one, it looks like the sauce is already built into the croquette. So very interesting. It's so delicious. So if you can't tell yet, I'm actually sitting at the bar here. There's more chairs available over there. But the host thought that I would get the best view of the restaurant if I sat over here. Yeah, and I think it's a great idea. There's still a few seats open, but it's already getting very, very crowded. It is almost 7 o'clock, and I would say the restaurant's already 2/3 full. So this is the bikini, which in Spanish cuisine really is just a grilled ham and cheese sandwich, but this is very special grilled ham and cheese. This is made with the manchego cheese and jamón serrano, which is a delicacy in Spain and all over the world. So yes, it is not your ordinary grilled ham and cheese. And it comes with this a honey and mustard aioli, which is amazing. Oh my God, that is so delicious. Really good. So I just had the croquetas, and then I'm having this bikini, and then of course having a half a pitcher of sangria. And I think I'm gonna have one more dish, which is the patatas bravas, and that should do it for me. There's a lot more, of course, in the menu, but since it is tapas, it's a lot more manageable. So we're right in front of a prep station, and it looks like some of these ingredients that they have here. From herbs, there's shallots over there, and then there's cheese over here. Really interesting, the combination of ingredients that go into like some of these dishes. And those are the glass domes are cheeses. They look amazing. Oh, incredible. It looks like they have like these puff pastries over there. And more bread up there on the very top. So my last dish here of the evening is patatas bravas, and these are just roasted potatoes with normally actually what I've had before is this spicy tomato sauce. It's temperature hot, but it's not spicy. And it's actually quite mild. And then there's garlic aioli sauce. So very common tapas item. So you find this in pretty much all tapas restaurants, Spanish tapas restaurants, patatas bravas, croquetas, bikini, all those things. But it's the ingredients that separate them. They use ingredients that are, of course, from Spain. And that's what makes it really exquisite. So I was just talking to the server, and Jay and I were comparing notes on patatas bravas. But the ones that I've had in the past were always just like the tomatoes sauce is always like really like the spiciness will really hit you right away. But this one is a little more subtle. It kind of grabs you towards the end. And then we're talking about the sangria, which is apparently here they put mint, like a mint syrup in their when they were mixing the mixture of the fruit and the sangria itself, and which is something I never had before, and same thing she never had before until she started working here, which really gives it a very refreshing take on sangria. So really, again, it's really the innovation, having fruit and mint together, and red wine. Very, really great take on sangria. So this is the dessert menu, and there's actually only 4 desserts. So there's the flan, this one right here, which is the hazelnut butter praline cookie ice cream. And then which is the tarta galeta Maria, and then the tarta queso, which is cheesecake made with goat cheese. I'm having focusing the issues here. And then there's the sopa de fresca helado de queso de cabra. So which is from what I was told, is like a soup, like a gazpacho, but made with strawberries. So dessert soup. And then of course, so those are the only 4 desserts really. And then they have after dinner drinks. And then of course there's why am I having problems? Okay. There's coffee and then cheese. So I opted for the flan for dessert, and I was assured that it is not heavy, because the Filipino recipe for flan is actually from Spain, of course, but I find that the Filipino recipe seems is like really heavy. So, but I was assured that this is light, and then of course I finished my half pitcher of sangria. Down to my last glass here. So I'm gonna try this right now and see how it is. So I'm really hoping, it does seem really light. And yes, it is very light. It isn't at all heavy. It's mild, milky taste to it. And some hints of vanilla, and of course the sugar, the caramel. So yes, this is very good, and with the whipped cream right here on the side. Absolutely delicious, and not at all that sweet. Very good dessert. So that has been Jaleo by José Andrés here at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. I actually had an in-depth conversation with the general manager, Ricardo, who he said, he was telling me about his background, how he grew up in a small town in Italy, and how fortunate he feels to be working for such a vibrant and very well awarded organization led by José Andrés. But he wanted to voice as well that there is a distinction between the restaurant organization and World Central Kitchen, and neither organization is meant to bolster or support the other. But he does concede, though, how fortunate he is to be working for an organization where its leader is actually involved in some very important humanitarian works. And Brittany, who was my server for tonight, I was fortunate enough to have my server for tonight, has been with the organization for 10 years. And she said how she helped open up 2 other organizations and teaching, the workers about, the World Central Kitchen and José Andrés, and how important it is to have a job where there is so much more to the job than just waiting on tables. And she was very happy to relay that information, and I was very happy to receive it. So that is, again, Jaleo in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and you'll see me in the next one.